Yo, what's up, YouTube? What's happening, all the wonderful drivers out there, all the fantastic passengers that ensure we go home with their money? Salute you guys. You guys are welcome to the Driverpreneur channel. And in today's video, I'll talk about why 2022 may be a very tough year for when it comes to ride sharing business. And I think a lot of drivers are going to get frustrated and quit. And these are some of the reasons why that's going to happen and what you can do differently as a driver that will ensure that you still keep this rideshare business as a side hustle, to raise that quick cash without getting frustrated out of it. So guys, stay tuned in the video. Let's talk about these few things. Guys, welcome to the channel, and this is the Driverpreneur channel. Here I share my experience as a Lagos state-based full-time driver. I've been driving in the city of Lagos for well over 2 years. 2022 will make it 3 years I've been driving full-time as a rideshare driver. I drive with popular platforms like Uber and Bolt. This is your first time coming across the channel, you've been watching the videos in the past without subscribing, kindly hit on that subscribe button and turn on the notification icon so you get notified every time I post new video, because this channel promises to be educating, entertaining, informative. A lot of things come across this channel when it comes to rideshare. So guys, subscribe and let's go on this ride of a lifetime. Yes, so there was an update posted by Uber. Uber sent an email going forward, drivers will have to be paying their value added tax, and the percentage is 7.5 percentage will be the value added tax. This will definitely be, from the mail they say it won't affect your earning. I do not understand what they mean by that, but definitely I know this tax is being paid by drivers. I don't get it why they say value added tax will not be affect your earning. I'm trying to understand it, but I know it's like tax because they're asking us to put our tax information as a what they call that number thing, tax identification number. They're asking us to impute it in your earning settings so that they can enable them take out this tax directly. Where I was working before in a corporate organization, tax was always included in your pay slip. You see how much you pay for tax. But then this is Nigeria, and sometimes when I was checking my payment slip back in the days, and I see how much I paid for tax, and when I go to my house, I don't meet light. The road to my house is bad. Touts will harass you on the road. So sometimes I was questioning, like, okay, why am I even paying this tax in the first place? Then I stopped working and I started driving, and then I was not exactly paying tax. I was like, okay, since I'm not paying tax, let me use the money that I was supposed to be using to pay tax to, like, take care of my own space, make my space up to standard, light, try to make my space, good enough. The money that I'm supposed to remit into the government that I'm not, standing up to their obligations and their duties. Let me use the money to, like, better my own personal space. But now Uber is making it mandatory that we must pay this tax, 7.5%. I don't know that English are speaking to affect your earnings. It will definitely affect the earnings, dropping the earnings further down. And this will definitely be happening. We'll be feeling the effect more in 2022, which is just some few days away from now. January is just here, some very few days. This is I think this is 27, so just few days we are already in on 2022. So earnings is going to definitely drop, and the surge will definitely die out once this festive period is off. So guys, brace up for impact. Brace up for impact if you drive full time, or if this is your major source of income. Brace up for impact. Earnings is going to shrink. Surge is going to disappear from January. You start getting first that you are getting now, that you complete the ride and you end the trip. You are seeing 8,000, you are seeing 7,000, you are seeing 6,000. Such fares you'll be seeing 1,600, 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira max. We know how it is when there's no surge. And then you still end up having all this, all these cuts from that little money. So just brace up for impact. 2022 is going to be a tough year. And what can you do differently as a driver to ensure that you don't end up, frustrated and, feeling bad and, feeling financially strained? Because there'll be a lot of financial pressure in January. School fees is there, house rent, different kind of bills. So let's move on to the first thing you can do differently. That's the first thing you can, do to, save yourself the headache and the, psychological trauma that comes with, this coming month that we're about to enter. The first thing is that you need to become more car savvy. You need to start knowing more about your car. And that is why I advise that anytime technicians is fixing your car, please always be around, look at it, understand the root cause of what the problem is and what they are fixing. so that when you have similar problem, you can have an idea of where that problem is coming in, maybe probably fix it yourself, or if you haven't given another technician, you can have a better bargaining power since you already know what the problem is. That happens to me a lot. Like when I have a problem and these technicians know that, oh, this guy even have an idea of what the problem is, I can contribute and say, okay, why not do it this way? It's going to be better to do it this way. They end up charging me less. Like I end up paying less than what other drivers would pay. I have noticed it. So the first thing is that you need to be more car savvy. You need to start, paying more attention to your car, pay more attention to problems with your car and how those problems are solved. You don't have to depend totally on this car artisan. They are also human beings with brain. You have brain. I believe you're intelligent. I believe you can figure out things if you really put your mind to it. So that's the first thing you need to do. Become more savvy, do more research online, follow car repair channels on YouTube, learn more about cars. And the second thing is for you to cultivate a better saving habit. Yes, cultivate a better saving habit. Drivers are one of the most drivers, they lack financial discipline because you're always with cash. You are going around picking up passengers, collecting cash. You are very likely to want to do something very spontaneous, maybe want to have fun, just maybe on a Friday, you pick somebody, you collected a good fare, and then you be like, okay, let me just go to this, this strip club. I want to see some strippers tonight. Now, when that money is in your hand, they shock you. You feel almost, the thing you could just come up for your mind, say many expenses, they come for front. So in 2022, I employ drivers to be more, to be financially disciplined, trying to save more money, trying to cut down on unnecessary expenses, and be focused, because before 2023 again is coming. So guys, that is the second thing. Be conscious about your spending and try to save more. The third thing you can do is to downsize on your asset, especially your car. If you are driving a car that the expenses to maintain is high, if you are driving a car that is very expensive to even buy, maybe the value of your car currently in the market is about 3 million naira. If I were you, to me, it doesn't make sense using a car worth 3 million naira to be driving around, collecting very cheap fare, and then you still have that fare being slashed. Imagine how long it will take you to recover the worth of that car. So if I were you, I'll probably downsize by selling that off my car, and then probably buying maybe like 2 cars. If you want to, handle drivers, if you you have the stamina to handle drivers, or you can give the car to a fleet company to manage for you. If you want to still invest another car in the rideshare business, or you can sell the car, buy a smaller car, which is easier to cheaper to maintain, cheaper to acquire, but although reliable. And that's why I recommend the Honda Civic, which is the car I currently use, and so far so good, no complaints. So far so good, no regrets. So buy a smaller car, probably invest the other chunk of the money into something else, maybe another business that you have in mind. Or if you still want to do the rideshare, managing another driver, you can buy 2 of that kind of car and, give it to a driver, installing the tracker and all those kind of things. So this is another thing, you need to think about expansion, downsizing what you have currently and then expanding. This is another way that you can, probably survive this, phase we are going into, which is, phase of lesser earnings, cutting down of driver earnings. Now it's going to be more of brain work, more of what value can you get from doing this rideshare business than you just driving. Before now, how the fare was like 2 years, 3 years ago. It was fantastic. So now we'll have to adjust to the current situation of things and move on. In addition to the 7.5% tax, the government has also mentioned taking off the fuel subsidy, which we currently enjoy. So fueling is going to probably go higher. Not exactly sure. Fueling is going to go higher. Not exactly sure of how much it will be, but this will also definitely affect us as drivers. So, in relation to what I said before about downsizing your vehicle, make your car a smaller engine. If you are using a V6 currently, try to make it smaller. Go for probably a 1.6 liter engine or 1.7 liter engine, or maximum 1.8 liter engine. So you can have a more fuel efficient vehicle. Another thing you can do differently as a driver is to add different side hustles to your hustle. Probably start selling some things. Think of something that people need every day and introduce to your riders. Show them, oh, I sell this, or I do this, I'm a graphic designer. Just find something to attach to your driving business. Me, I'm always on the move. I'm always thinking of what can I add to my business, to give me multiple streams of income. So, this is the only thing that will help you in 2022 as a driver, so that you can drive and still feel happy. Some drivers drive and not happy. They can't even engage their riders in a good conversation. They are always feeling bitter because they know that most of the time the money they make from driving, especially drivers that are under rental or hire purchase, is not enough for them to keep their life going. So they're not exactly happy doing what they do. And when you're not happy doing what you do, you just end up, you feel very frustrated, and people around you can also feel it. So that is it. That is my message, and that is it about in today's video on what you can do differently to stay afloat in 2022. And that's my message for you guys this morning. I hope the message makes sense. Please share this video to other platforms so drivers and intending drivers can also see it. It can probably help somebody. And that is it. So guys, stay safe out there, and I wish you guys a happy new year in advance. So it's from the driver to all you guys. I'm saying peace, and see you guys in the next video.
Mentors don't tell me I go find work. They say by driving not go pay.